We saved the best for last.
See
Hey,
that?
Coach, how's your day been going?
Oh, we're on?
Yeah, we've been on.
Thank
Oh,
you.
we've been on the whole
You just
time?
gave everybody.
Too bad.
Oh,
You just gave
no,
everybody at
I didn't
home
know
a
that.
really good trick.
Sorry about that. Sorry
But I
about that.
think you meant to say Fox Sports. That's
You know,
exactly.
sorry about
Yes.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we just saw her talking
Big East.
with Lisa.
Yeah. Where's our Fox logo? That's what we're talking about.
We'll get them next time.
I know.
We just saw, and we got to hear from Paige a little bit, talking to Lisa. Coach, how excited are you, simply put, to have her back?
Not as excited as she is to be back. Let's put it that way. I don't think anybody can match the excitement that she brings to the court every time she shows up. And she's there every day. That's the beauty of it. And she was there every day when she couldn't play. So to have someone who loves the game, the passion that she has for the game, and then actually be able to play the game now, it rubs off on everybody. To see just how much fun she's having, it's hard not to get affected by that.
Coach, this time a year ago, you knew that you weren't going to have Paige. You knew you weren't going to have Ice Brady. Going into this season, fingers tightly crossed. You have pretty much your whole group heading into this season. How does that put you mentally compared to where you were a year ago?
First of all, you had forgotten how good it can look when you have the ability to, all right, I have to give this guy a rest. And you couldn't do that before. So they were stuck. You were stuck because you were watching someone try to perform at a level that was below where they could perform because they were just exhausted. Second, you can change the way the team looks just with a couple substitutions. Thirdly, you add somebody like Paige, that's like adding 3 different players.
Yeah.
Okay? And then Ice is a big kid that has skills that are different than Aaliyah's. So now you put those two together and you say, all right, so even though she's a freshman and hasn't played, she gives us a dimension that I just wish she would have played last year when we had Dorka as well. So you're now all of a sudden faced with some options that are all really, really, really good. And going to practice, you look around, and there's a smile on your face. And that wasn't there much last year. There wasn't much smiling at practice last year. There was always looking around, waiting for the next year to drop, So it's been a lot of fun so far.
Happy to hear that.
It really
Yeah,
has.
I love that.
Really
Coach,
has.
you never shy away from playing the best competition because normally you are the best competition. But I mean, the South Carolina, Louisville, UNC. There's more on the list
Notre
that I'm
Dame?
forgetting. Notre
Yeah.
Dame,
Texas,
Texas. I mean,
UCLA,
those are
Where's
teams.
Team
Kansas.
USA? Come on.
9
it
or
going.
10 teams right now in a non-conference league. What are
crazy.
you hoping to learn about your team though through all of those tough games?
I should learn not to schedule that many teams. But I've always thought players want to play against the best players, right? So when you tell them this is who we're playing, they get excited about that. So you lay out the schedule for them at the beginning of the season and you go, all right, listen, this is no joke now. So we need to be ready, not for the end of December when the conference season starts. We need to be ready November 8th or whatever when the season starts. And then what happens is you're playing games that if you win, it validates how good you think we are. And if you don't win and don't play well, it reinforces what you're saying in practice that we need to get better. I think teams that don't put themselves in that situation are not able to gain the valuable information that you get winning or losing. So I always want to put ourselves in that place where we can do that. And it's a responsibility too that UConn has, that you represent not just UConn, but the Big East and what we stand for and what we're trying to do. And the perception's always been at the Big East that we maybe don't have what the SEC or the Big Ten or these other schools have, but I don't know that there's a lot of those schools dying to play our teams in the NCAA tournament, and I think that comes from the competition that we play, leading up to the tournament.
Aaliyah Edwards last year stepped up for you guys big time. What role is she going to take on this season? How much more growth does she have in her?
I think Aaliyah would have been first-team All-American based on what she did November, December, January. I do think that it all caught up to us in February. All of us, the entire team, struggled, and that may have affected people's perception of what kind of year she had. So if you think she's an automatic double-double, she's going to defend the other team's best, not just best big kid, but she can defend all 5 positions on the floor. Her consistency of being able to make enough 15, 16, 17 footers could put her at the whole nother level. So when she's got that going, it's great. I think she has to believe in it more, and she's worked on it a lot. But being a senior now and not having to go 40 minutes and be the only one out there that's, especially when Dorka was out all that time. So I think having other players around her, in addition to all the things that Aaliyah did last year, I see her at practice now, and she's become more of a leader, not just, someone who's looking at other people to lead. I think she's taken an active leadership role.
Wow, really looking forward to seeing her just flourish. Talking about things we're excited about, Paige Beckers and Azzi Fudd. I've said this phrase before, basketball fans have been robbed of seeing those two on the floor together. Based on what you've seen in practice the last couple of months, can you remind us of just the potential, how special that duo has to be when it crystallizes?
Yeah, when you think about, they've been at UConn for something like, 2 years together. That almost adds up to like 65 games or something like that. I think they play like 11 or something like that, or 12. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and we haven't gotten a chance to see that. And Azzi's been great on her own, and Paige was great her freshman year when Azzi wasn't here. So yeah, the idea that the two of them together could be great. But if you look back to the NC State game a couple years ago that we had to win, right, to go to the Final Four, and then the semifinal game against Stanford, So that's just like a small snapshot of what could be. I'm most excited about the fact that they both love being in the gym. There's never a day that you'll go in there and you won't see either one or both of them in the gym. So they get a lot of pleasure out of the game. And you're right, we've been robbed. Because when you go to a show or something, you want to see people that love being on stage, right? It just emanates from them. Yeah. And these two have that. And I'm excited just to, when I watch it in practice, it's uncanny how they feed off each other. It's just, and but with the great thing with Paige is she'll find you. Like, she just knows where you are. And we had Nika almost lead the country in assists last year. So there's a lot of shots out there for Azzi. And I think she's the happiest person on campus right now.
Does that duo remind you of any other duos you've coached in your time?
Well, I shouldn't say that. They're kind of flipped. Azzi's too quiet. She's too quiet. Like, if she was a little bit louder, but we've had so many great combinations. But not recently. The closest would be like when we have Mariah Jefferson and Kalena Lewis. We had that group. You had one like this, and the other one just a silent assassin. That's the closest one that I could think of.
Coach, Keke Arnold.
Yeah.
Picked preseason freshman of the year.
Yeah.
The ability and the opportunity that she has to learn and grow with Paige, Azzi, Nika. How excited are you about Keke and what we're going to see from her this year?
You know how sometimes people use the word to describe some players as electric, you know?
Ooh.
Which means that there's electricity that's different in their body than everybody else's. She has that. So some people are really talented and they're very understated. And she doesn't know what she doesn't know. And what makes her amazing is she doesn't care, because she's only a freshman. She goes, I'm not supposed to know all that. All I know is this is what I do. We score, I pick you up full court, and like I bite your leg and I don't let go for the rest of the possession. And when you shoot and we get the rebound and I get the outlet, we're off to the races, and I don't care what happens when we get down there, but something good's going to happen. So now it's just on us to have fun watching it, and then little by little, you know, kind of mold it into, and her watching the way Paige and Nika and those guys, you know, manage things. She has something that none of our other guards have.
Wow.
So when you have somebody like that, you know, it's like things are moving at a nice pace, and then you drop her into the water and the ripples are everywhere. And she has the kind of personality that just is infectious.
Light up talking
I love
about
the
her.
kid.
I'm getting a vision of like a
sold.
shark.
I do.
I'm ready.
I do.
You light up talking about her.
I love it because I love when you have drivers like that. She's a driver.
I'm envisioning a shark in the water.
She is. She's exactly like
and
that.
I'm envisioning, based on your defensive description, that her and Nika like picking
Yeah,
up
yeah, yeah,
full
yeah.
court
Yeah.
could
It's
be
gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, we need, when those two are out on the floor, we need the officials, you know, when people had to wear masks and stuff, we need them to cover their eyes. So when those two are on the floor, we need the officials, cover your eyes, pretend you didn't see what you just saw,
Look away.
because those two, they're a nightmare for other players. Yeah,
Well,
they're a nightmare.
Coach, the fun, the excitement that you have for your team for this
Yeah.
season, we can feel it. We
Yeah,
can
I
feel
do.
it from you.
I do.
Yeah.
I know. Somebody told me they think I'm like their grandfather.
One of your players.
But grandfather's supposed to be fun, right?
Yeah, the best.
Love a-
There we go.
People love their grandparents way more than they love their own parents.
That's fair, yeah. Grandparents
Pop-up is
are
I know,
a
my-
nice one. You
that's
go
right.
to them when you need, you know, a couple
right.
extra bucks.
That's right.
Or
So
you
that's
pop
right.
up.
They come to me when they need, except they don't know. If they're going to get a couple bucks from me, it's going to cost them. Nothing's free. Sorry.
Real quick before we leave you,
Yeah.
Phillies. How are we feeling about the Phillies?
Ugh.
You and Denise don't
All right, we
Yeah.
need,
talk about this.
Come on.
all right, we need Schwarber to lead off with a home run. All right, then we need a Trey Turner double or triple. We need
Okay.
a Bryce Harper 2-run homer. We need like a 4-run first inning.
Oof.
So we're up 7-0 at this point.
Then we
We're
need the
rolling.
Phils. Then we need the Phils fans to do what they do best,
I was just gonna say, this
and the
is a
rest
home
is
game.
history.
Yeah,
Oh
home
yeah.
game.
Yeah, they got to fire up.
Oh yeah. This will be.
Citizens Bank.
Yeah, I would. Well,
You're
first
not
of all,
going to the
I
game,
would not
are
want
you?
to be
You're
in
not
South
too
Philly.
far down
I
the
gotta
road.
go. I gotta go home.
Oh.
I would not want to be in South Philly tonight around 11 o'clock. Win or lose, I would not want to be there.
You'll be on your couch.
I'll be on my couch.
Well, you heard it here from him, the Hall of Famer himself, Geno Auriemma. Thank you so
With
much.
a Hall of
for
Fame
joining
crew
us.
here.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Gina.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Coach.
you.
Appreciate
We
it.
will be back to wrap up Big East Media Day here in just a few moments.